This camera's a little cricket. That's fine, bitch. I just came in very quickly to talk about what I wanted to talk about. I should have grabbed me a water. Oh, even better, body armor. So, I'm going to try to be as professional as possible. Um, because, I do have a little bit of don't really give a fuck. But I'm going to try to be very respectful and very PC and, just kind of give my thoughts in a white way. And anyway, you could take that however you want to take it. So the key words in this video is going to be um, critical thinking and dysphoria. Those are going to be um, the two words that we're going to stay on, right? And of course, I'm going to go into stuff, but still. So, if you don't know, there is a YouTuber who's very controversial, and I personally think he's a troll. And he just gives me some weird energy. And people have sent me his videos that I really didn't really pay attention to because I really don't care about the conscious community and what they got going on. I see them as the modern day pimps. Coming from the adult entertainment industry, me being, a sex worker, as people always say, bitch, but I've never had a pimp. I've never sucked dick for any type of coin. Okay, I'm the boss, bitch. I run shit. Okay, so going from that, I see a lot of hustle and flow shit when it comes to these conscious people, and especially the ones that are into polygamy and stuff. But either way, you can't go around attacking everybody. You got to pick your battles, right? And it's not even about fighting, it's about educating. As I said before, I'm about castigation and correcting, not really reading, because reading could be messy and scandalous, and people can make up shit when they're reading people down. And I just like to give you facts when I educate people or educate you on things. So the term dysphoria means that um, you cannot relate to something. So let's say, for example, I was born anatomically what they would consider male, okay? But I never lived my life as stereotypical male. I never had the thought process. Everybody in my family were bodybuilders, they were football players, they were athletes, they were into sports. I was never into that. So dysphoria, I have gender dysphoria. Dysphoria means I cannot relate to the male characteristics because that's what people view me as, right? So going into that, there's a lot of people who are claiming to be transgender, but they do not have dysphoria. And what I mean by that is they're claiming to be trans women, but they're saying, I know I'm still a man, regardless of the fact I'm still a nigga. You don't have dysphoria, sis. Because dysphoria means you cannot relate to the anatomy or whatever it is that you got on. You cannot relate to that. So this is why I said shout out to Flaming Monroe and the Caitlyn Jenners, because to me they're the same. They're the same to me. Caitlyn Jenner, Flame Monroe, they're the same person to me. Caitlyn Jenner is a white version who comes from money, who has money, who's established with money. Flame Monroe comes from the projects. She represents the black aspect of it. Okay. And I don't like throwing in the race stuff because to me it's stupid, it's ignorant. But for layman's sake and for the sake of this video, I'm going to use stuff like that. I'm going to talk about, classes of people. Okay. So Flamer and Caitlyn Jenner are the same ones to me. And I don't think neither one of them have dysphoria. I think both of them are traumatized males that something happened to trigger something, and something in that triggering or the traumatization awaken an idea to make them say, I think I want to become a woman. Now let's start with the flame and row aspect of it. In the projects or in the hood, when it comes to gay people, and I'm speaking from my experience and people that I know, because unfortunately, but fortunately, I myself came from the hood. Okay. I myself dealt with LGBT people from the hood. Okay. A lot of them did not say they were trans. They were just gay men who dressed as women sometime, according to them. And then some of them progressed into being trans. So going into this, I was having a conversation with one of my sisters, and we're going to actually do another part to this. And I'm hoping that this person could come on in and get educated, honey, if this is not enough for him. Because, bitch, I got the time. I got the time. I got the mental capacity. I have all the experience to go into it. So going into Flaming Raw, as I always cut in, because like I said, that is the poster child for what happens in the hood. when you're from the projects, when you're from the hood, and you are a gay person, a lot of men that are going to be into you are going to be DL thugs, right? DL thugs are not really into the uppity trans people. You know, to them, you know, they think you're just whatever. We won't even go into that. But the hood gay people that, especially they're very feminine, tends to transition to be a woman for the sake of getting that thug dick. Okay, as my sister said, it's called a conformist, right? So going into Flamin' Row, and this could be allegedly, but I'm going by what I feel. I'm going by to what I see. I'm going by to what I connect to. This is somebody who is saying that they're a trans woman, but yet get on camera with their head shaved off, wearing boys' clothing, call himself he, she, we, just all this stuff. And as me and my sister was talking about, you're never going to see a trans woman who possibly came from the hood, but now has a non-impoverished mind. The impoverished trans, we're going to say trans, because I don't think they're trans. In their mindset is, I'm going to be whatever you want me to be as long as I get my money. That's a sellout. And that's why I said before, me being a trans person, it irritates the fuck out of me because you got people like that being the poster child or the spokesperson for people like me. And that's not my story. That's not how I get down. I'm not going to be okay with you calling me he, him, because you're comfortable. I'm not going to do that. And that person has done it. That person is going to continue to do it as a person like them. And I won't even go into the other people because right now, like I said, I'm giving Flamin' Row as an example of why you have fucked up people that think that all trans people have a mental motherfucking illness or there's some type of psychosis going on. Bitch, I've been to psychotherapy. Bitch, we're not even gonna get into that. We're not even gonna fuck get into that because I'm so heated right now, bitch, and I want to just get out what the fuck I want to say, bitch, and I want to keep it moving. Okay, so going into that person is a sellout. That person is feeding into the agenda that if you feel like you're a woman sometimes, you are definitely a transsexual. And if you feel like you're a woman all the time, something is wrong with you. When in fact, it's opposite way around. If you were born a male cis and you transition to being a woman, but you say you still feel like a man, or you will always be considered a he, then why did you transition? That's confusion. So then you get on these TV shows and these talk shows, and they won't let nobody like me get up on there. They won't let no Laverne Cox get on there. They won't let no Janet Mock get up on there. They won't get no Angelica Ross get up on there. Because bitches are real trans women with real trans experience. Not gay men who transition to be women because they wanted to get dick. Not gay men who transition to be women just so people can be comfortable with the fact of who they are. But Flamin' Row and people like that are that. They're okay with being called Marcus, Timothy, McGuire. They're okay with that. Nothing rattles their nerve with them with being called him or her. Like they're okay with that. And like I said before, that leads them to say, bitch, like you're really not a dysphoric person. You don't have gender dysphoria. If you don't have gender dysphoria, it's because you are just a gay man who wants to dress as a woman for entertainment purposes. And that's okay. That's not a cut-in. But people like that is why Young Pharaoh got a video and he want to speak his mind. And I'm going to that as well. Because you have a mental instability, a mental disturbance that's been placed on by him, to him, by, I'm sure, a woman, his mother, it's a woman with power, though, that inflicted something upon him to where he does not like women. He does not like women. And we're going to go into the oxymoron of this because if a white man, because he used the video of a trans person who said they're trans, who obviously dealt with something traumatic, okay, who decided to transition into being a lion or something. I didn't want to watch the fucking video because I'm not a fan of this motherfucker. I don't watch videos of people I'm not a fan of. But I'm going to give him a little piece of me because, bitch, he's an intellect. He's not a critical thinker, though. He's an intellect. You know, we could give that to him, though. You know, hey, woo-hoo, you're an intellect girl. You know, how? We'll give that to you, but you're not a critical thinker. And I said before, we're about critical thinking over here. Everyone should be about critical thinking. But unfortunately, we're about intellect as a society. So what you read, what you Googled is now your power. When in reality, you still got your own motherfucking mind. Your mind is your own fucking computer. You can be plugged into other networks all day, motherfucker. Let's talk about that, like a laptop. A laptop could go to Starbucks to get on Wi-Fi. It can go to Barnes and Noble to get on Wi-Fi. It can go to your local McDonald's to get on Wi-Fi. But the computer is still its own individual self, no matter how many networks it connects onto. So going into that, you've connected onto different resources, different servers. That's how you got your information about history. But you got it wrong, brother, because I'm about to educate you on a few things today. That's why I'm using this time for. So you got it all twisted and fucked up. And then you're passing your disturbed interpretation of it as truth. And you got people all up in the comment section who are just happen to be black. And as I said before, when it comes to being DL, there's a lot of black DL brothers out there versus I think any other type of race or person. Going into my dating experience, I had a lot of black men I wanted to date, but they didn't want nobody to know. I dated everybody else. They were bitch, they didn't give a fuck. Bitch, I love you, I like you, my family know they do, they don't, I don't care. But when it comes to the black man, oh, I can't let them know. I can't let them know, no. I know they cannot know, no. Double life type of shit. Even going into like pharaohs and stuff, we talked about this before. In ancient Egypt, pharaohs were actually, most of them were actually female. If I'm not mistaken, all of them were female. There was no male pharaoh. So that pulls into going into energy. I think that this person has a lot of androgynous energy going on. And I think this person is intimidated by masculine energy. And I think even going into masculine energy, I think in his mind, he has an issue or an infatuation with males. And unfortunately, but fortunately in that category, he's linking trans people, gay people. And as I said before, he went after a bisexual person, whether they're open about it or private about it. And he keeps going about gay and trans and he just say little sneaky shit about it. And I'm like, that sounds like an infatuation, brother. Because if I was a heterosexual man and I was into only vagina, into women, every chance I get, I will spend my free time talking about that. I will not be addressing males and other males' lifestyles because that does not pertain to me. I don't want to think of two men doing each other in the butt if I was a heterosexual male. I don't want to think about a man tucking his penis behind him and getting breast. Like, I don't want to think about that if that's not my stilo. Even going into the word conscious, you know, are you conscious or are you confused? Because when you're conscious, bitch, you've achieved so much enlightenment or you're open to enlightenment that you're not going to sit here and discredit people that has been here long before you and they're going to be here long after you. Now, let's talk about androgynous cultures because they had it in ancient Egypt, ancient Africa, ancient Kemet, ancient Middle East, all that good tea. They had androgyny. Going into the Rachis, believing that all of the devas or the Egypt or the Indian deities, which I said before are avatars of ancient Egypt, they had a lot of them like Shiva and Vishnu having very feminine qualities. So for your ass to sit up here on YouTube, to be under 30 years old, to make it seem like your experience is valid and the shit that you read about against people who are probably homosexual themselves and didn't like it, to try to pass it on as true knowledge is sickening. But it also displays to, if there's any racist white folks out there, because like I said, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Okay, as he's using a video of a confused individual who's been traumatized, obviously, they were probably forced to eat cat food growing up. They were probably forced to be tied down like a fucking cat. They were probably said, little kitty, 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 and it got put into their fucking conscious and psyche to where they said, I feel like a fucking cat. And the same thing like said this person. I get a lot of woman hate from this individual, young Pharaoh. I get a lot of hate. I get a lot of, I do not like women. And even going into the whole black woman is God tea. No tea, no shade, brother. But when I see somebody who thinks that black woman is God, I'm expecting to see like a mocha complected, mahogany complected woman. That's what I'm expected to see. Not saying that women like my skin tone or lighter is not black and is not beautiful, but I'm saying I'm thinking of someone who say black woman is God. Bitch, I'm gonna go for the darkest, beautiful girl. I'm gonna go for that of what I expect or what I think we all came from represents. But that goes into, like I said, confusion too. because obviously you don't think or you don't feel the way that you feel about when you say black woman. Now, going into even that too, we were talking about this lightly too, being a narcissist and a fucking spiritual person, it does not go toe and toe. Now, going into me and my mindset, I'm a very sexual person, okay? And I have no problem with that. Like I said, bitch, my professional background deals with that. I'm not apologizing. Bitch, I'm still halfway and half out. Bitch, so I want to go back. I'm going to go back. It is what it is. But for somebody who's never been in adult entertainment, you're not a male stripper, you're not a male porn star, and to want to show off your body to entice these impoverished black women and these black women that you're so-called trying to awaken, because the sisters who are awakened ain't paying attention to that bullshit. But you're just being hypocritical. You're just being confused. You're just spewing the spirit of confused and hypocrisy onto the motherfucking community. And that's what I said before. Before I lose that, going into the trans person who wanted to be a cat and him saying that's a mental illness. Okay, what happened if a white person was to see, or anybody who's a racist individual, it don't got to be only a white, there's Asian racists, there's Hispanic racists out there. What happened if a person who was completely racist and just didn't like black folks saw a video of a black homeless person or black person, period, going up and down the streets, singing and dancing, talking to themselves, and they all of a sudden said, all black folks are stupid because I saw this video? How would that make you feel? What would go through your mind? And obviously it bothers you because I've seen on some of these videos that he has on his motherfucking channel going into when white folks don't like black folks and he going into like white folk, that. Bitch, you are feeding the stereotypes as Flaming Moreau is feeding the stereotypes about trans people. And that's what I said before. That's not a trans. And if that was a trans, every trans person, just like every black person, has to be taken differently. And that's why I think people forget about that. Just because someone looks like you don't mean they have what's best for you. Because a lot of you people came from a black man or a black woman who fucked your life up, who fucked you up mentally, physically, and motherfucking emotionally. And that's why your life is where it's at now. So to think that you didn't get it in your home, so you're going to go onto YouTube or go onto a website and get the nourishment, bitch, you've been mistaken. You've been totally mistaken. You've been totally mistaken. And that's what my mantra is for 2020 and beyond, is that people awaken to these so-called spiritual pimps. And I'm black, so I want what's best for you. And I'm pro-black, and I'm rocking the continent of Africa behind me, and I'm using the shit that I really don't like. Going into ancient Egyptian culture, we could put up some stories. You can do your research on this. There's many of the stories of male-on-male interactions. Many of stories of that. Going into even the classification of Egypt. Now, once again, you may not understand this because maybe you are only into the social class of broke people in ancient Egypt, the servicemen and women. Correct me if I'm wrong. But according to my research, and when I say I'm well informed, bitch, I'm well versed on some tea, bitch. When I tell you, honey, according to what I've experienced and what I've researched, because okay, that's how I experienced. So I kind of double talk. Anyway, that Egyptians purposefully shaved off all the hair on their body because they thought that was very nasty. They considered hair as being unclean, including the hair on their head, baby. They didn't have hair on their pubes, all hairy, hair. That was disgusting to them. Okay, so they shaved off their head, honey, and they wore wigs. And the bigger the wig, the wealthier you were. And these were males who liked pussy doing this too. But yet, nowadays, y'all see that and say, well, at least they like vagina. Yeah, bitch. Once again, that's going into the double lifestyle. And like I said, you can look this up. There's lots of stories 3,500 years ago, 4,500 years ago of gay lifestyles, of men on men who felt like women. Do your research. If, like I said, in my part two, bitch, we could pull up receipts, which is a very gay term because he likes to use that term. That's very gay. Straight people don't use receipts. They said evidence, proof. They don't say receipts, girl, honey. And then I saw a video, like a little screenshot, because like I said, people send me videos and I really don't click on it, where his dreadlocks were put into like a beehive as if he was wearing like a Nefertiti crown or something. And I'm just sitting there thinking myself like, sis, like you, I mean, like I said, I want to be respectful, but like, bruh, like you give me trans man And I'm not putting down my trans man, my trans brothers out there, but you give me trans man. You give me a male with low testosterone levels who need to boost it up. And that's just what I see, what I hear. Even the voice is a little high. And hell, I think my voice is deeper than yours. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think my voice is deeper than yours, honey. And then, like I said, you just, everything about you is just so feminine to me. It just gives me female, you got to shake off some shit going on. And like I said, I get the spirit of female hate from me too. I don't know if there's some battery shit going on there, domestic violence going on there. I don't know if that's just I don't know what that is. But there's definitely some hate for women there, honey, like a punk mentality. And a punk mentality is very different from a gay mentality because people think the word sissy goes hand in hand with homosexual, and it doesn't. Okay, it could, but it is not, because there's a lot of gay men out here that ain't no sissy, ain't no damn punk. They'll mollywop the ass from here to where you think you came from. Okay, so I said before, I wish I would have got that video then when he posted that video, because he said, if you're a transgender, pull up, and also I would have gladly jumped in that motherfucking line and educated him on what he thought he knew. Because like I said before, it's just so ironic to me that, I mean, I don't know, maybe I just got a good gaydar. Maybe I'm so comfortable with my own sexuality and what I like that I know when people are bi, gay, straight. Like, I know what tree to bark up, what tree not to bark up. But it's just so crazy to me that going into, like, I get that there's something possibly happened there. And I don't know if a transgender fooled this person. I don't know if he saw a banging ass female and he was like, whoa, what's up? And the girl's like, I'm a trans. And it just pissed his ass off. I don't know if he possibly came across a gay boy who's willing to put on some clothes for him, and he kind of soured his lifestyle up. But I definitely think that young Pharaoh has an infatuation with males. And that's just my opinion about that. I definitely feel that. I feel like there's something with males, because if you like vagina so much, you'll be possibly doing videos on reading lesbian women. You're possibly doing videos on reading women who act like men. I mean, like, I don't know. That's just what I would think. I wouldn't think you would attack males, bisexual males, transgender females, males, however you view them. Like I said, there's just a lot of hate there within yourself. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's some male twink fetish there going on. Maybe, like I said, he had an experience, because, there's some background shit going on too that has happened. And I won't really touch on that because we can't get no accurate information on that, because mama got so many A-listers that's connected to so much shit that you can't pull up which, who, what, and how. We don't know what, when, how, we that. We don't know that. We do know that your motherfucking ass is a sellout, though. We do know that you're a pimp, and that all these motherfucking black conscious people need to turn on your ass and get your ass right together. They need to get back all the money they ever sent your ass, because we know there's a propaganda going on. Bitch, first you conscious, first you did all your research on shit. Now all of a sudden you're a gay specialist? What I want to know is, how is somebody who's never studied homosexuality, and we're talking about hands-on, brother, okay, for somebody who's never studied the homosexual lifestyle, how is he so well versed in what a trans is? I mean, what gay boy told you what a trans was? What cross-dressing sissy told you what a trans? Because that's what it seems like to me too. Because a lot of gay men don't like real trans women. A lot of gay men have gotten bitter about trans women because there's a lot of wannabes out there. Honey, I had one out there in Florida that was trying to go off on one of my sisters, talking about some girl, you need to soften your voice up. First off, being a transsexual means you got to have a, hi, honey, how you doing? That right there is some scam artist shit, bitch. That's some scam artist shit right there. And I always tell people, men who still feel like they're men, who know they're men still, but who want to try to pass as females, will sit here and try to do the, hi, honey, how you doing? Okay, let me make sure my voice is there, and I gotta get oh my God, let me go ahead and get that cut off. Oh my God, I gotta tweak my nose because I don't want them to know that I'm trans. Like that bullshit right there, there's some other tea going on there. When it goes to being a real person with gender dysphoria, bitch, you're in this for you, sis. You're in this for your comfortability, not no one else. You're not here to say, well, you know what? I'm not trans. Like I tell y'all, I have a lot of experiences with other trans. And out of the hundreds that I've met, there's only been 2 or 3 that I have been affiliated with, that I will still be affiliated with. Like I said, I'm not convinced on that. I'm not convinced that everyone who says they trans are trans. According to my research that I did, it's 1 in every 30,000 males are possibly trans or questioning. And yes, we go into the basics of it. Your first 8 weeks of pregnancy, we're all female, and testicles are ovums, and fallopian tubes are the vast differences. And the urethra, we all have that, and the prostate is the dormant vagina, uterus. We could all agree upon that. If you don't know, now you know. But I'm going about it deeper than just that. I'm going about it deeper than that. Like, there is obviously some tea there that a lot of these people have experienced, and they're tagging on. And I said before, a lot of the gay people from the projects will transition into being a woman or say they're trans, but when the time comes, if they need to, I'm a nigga. I will never say that. Never said it, never gonna say it. Bitch, because I can't relate to that. I don't connect to that at all. That's said before. If you're not gonna call me a woman, bitch, call me Mystic. Bitch, no, bitch, that's for you to be comfortable. I will never conform to you for you to be comfortable, ever. So like I said, I'm disappointed. All the trans that has ever, and we're going to say trans, that's ever had the opportunity to get on a public platform and talk about their trans experience, it always deals with some type of scandalous ass bullshit. Like my gay mother told me to dress up as a woman and make some coin, and I made some coin, and I'm a woman. Bitch, I was a woman before I became an escort. Hello? It didn't take me to dress as a woman and suck dick to say I want to be a woman. Honey, I was a woman before I even decided to even suck dick or even know what dick was. Girl, are you kidding me? So I can relate to that. But, oh, we all connected. And I'm a trans. And people get mad when I speak and say, bitch, you're not trans. But like I said, 99% of the women out here that are claiming to be trans, that are on these platforms speaking as if they're trans women, they're not. A lot of them are very flip-flopped-ish. Like I said, very flip-flopped-ish. And I look at Flame Row and all the people that she deal with and all this stuff, bitch, they all flip-floppers. They are flip-floppers. Because going into even the Kai and the T.S. Madison shit, as I said before, I'm not convinced that T.S. Madison's the actual trans woman. And I'm not taking that back. T.S. Madison said publicly and on record that she wanted to emulate her mother. She didn't feel like a woman. She didn't wake up and say, and I want to correct that, because people think that, oh, I feel like a woman. People are actually saying, I know what a woman feels like. If you ask a little girl what she felt like, she gonna say, I feel like a girl. How does a little girl with a girl, like, what exactly is a girl? What exactly is that? Like, if you ask a woman, what does it feel like to be a woman? Everybody gonna tell you a different story any motherfucking way. You ask a white woman, a black woman, a short woman, a fat woman, what does it feel like doing? They're all gonna have a different story. So to say that, and once again, that just confirms that Flamer Rose is not a trans woman. That is a drag queen. That is a boy who had some type of traumatic experience, who decided to collect coin off the female image. And now because he wanted more coin, he said, let me lay to rest that no, I'm not a trans. I'm whatever I want to be. I'm a he, she, we. A part of an agenda to block out people who really need the help. Because bitch, you already said, fuck that. Like I said, Donald Trump, that's why he want to get rid of that whole trans shit. Because people like that. Caitlyn Jenner, oh, that's my man's mind. Who says that if you're gender dysphoric? But you only got one mind. You got one mind with two hemispheres, brother. What do you mean that's my man? Oh, excuse me, that's my female mind. Oh, shit, I'm sorry. That must be the man in me. The fuck? The fuck, girl? You see how stupid you sound? But the minute someone come out and call you a he and fuck the trannies from Transylvania, you're offended. I'm not offended at all, because I'm not a tranny from Transylvania, so I'm not offended by any of that at all. I'm not a nigga in a wig. I'm not a nigga who thinks that he's a female, so I'm not offended by none of that. What I'm offended by is people who give up that image and make everybody think that's what it all is about. It's not about that. So, like I said, gender dysphoria is you not feeling or you not having a connection to the penis you were born with. But if you say, I'm okay with the fact that I have a penis, you don't have gender dysphoria, sis. So now are you really trans? Now are you really transsexual? Or are you just a gay man who saw being a woman as capitalism? Who saw it as a way to make coin? Because you had a drag mother who said, go out there and make that coin, bitch, as a female. Because like I said, you did a lot of that now, girl. I told y'all. I get on Grindr, girl, just to see the girls. What they got going on? A lot of girls come over here from Alabama and shit. Bitch, I see y'all asses. Y'all ain't getting that money, though. Bitch, you go to Starbucks, you see a boy who looked just like the girl on Instagram, and you're just like, wait a minute, this bitch had titties. So you're asking the person, like, do you got a twin sister? Oh, you don't got a twin sister? Is this you? And of course they're like, yeah, that is me. Where your titties go? So you got titties only for Grinder. But why you at Starbucks dressed as Bob right now? Starbucks support the LGBT. So if you're really trans, why are you dressed up as a boy? Oh, that's right. Because you don't have a dysphoria with your male's anatomy. You're okay with being a male who thinks he's a woman. Oh, that makes a lot of sense now. That makes a lot of sense now. Even going into the black market shit. I don't think that Flamin' Monroe or any of his friends that claim to be transgender has surgery done by a real motherfucking doctor. I don't think they have their surgery done by board certified doctors, bitch. Because like I said before, all the surgeries that I've had or possibly have, bitch, I have bitch, I have, girl, I got my insurance card first off, because when you get surgery, bitch, you get it fucking insured. See, see, you're not ready for that right there. The whole process of getting real surgery by real doctors is to get it certified and licensed. So if your implant rupture or something happens, guess what? Boo-boo, you get your shit done for free. But then when you go to the black market or you go to a doctor who's not board certified, because you can't prove to them that you have gender dysphoria, because they want to see a letter. And see, even going to the service center, that's what I say, I'm so irritated. I'm so irritated with mankind because we were so smart hundreds of years ago. I even say hundreds ago, we were very intelligent. We were critical thinkers, bitch. Girl, we put two and two together. Our ancestors knew how to make huts. Our ancestors knew how to use lamb skin to keep themselves warm. Bitch, that's critical thinking. Now, bitch, a lot of people don't know how to change a motherfucking tire. But for two, it's, oh, this is my service animal. So, bitch, now you got a real service animal, bitch. You got to go through all this training and all this paperwork. Bitch, I don't care about that because my dog is a real service animal. But now you got hotels banning it because you got motherfucking Tom, Dick, and Harry. Oh, I'm just gonna say this is a service animal so I can bring my dog up in here. And then your dog break out and kill somebody or attack somebody. That's not a service animal, boo. Your service animal don't bark and attack. It may bark to alert you, but it's not gonna attack somebody. Okay. But like I said, it's just a fuck up. Then y'all wonder why for you younger trans women out there and trans men, right? If you not fully know what you are, this is why things are now starting to become an issue now. You go get your hormones, bitch, they probably want you got to come to us once a week. Because, bitch, you got motherfuckers like that over there. Not just Flamin' Monroe, but we're going to call them the Flamings, the Flames. You got people like that who don't know if they want to be a man or a woman. Oh, well, you know what? I thought I was a woman. I'm going to revert back to being a man now. Bitch, please. I wish I would. And you got a lot of that out there, girl. I think, matter of fact, one of the people that hangs up in one of the little groups over there, we won't settle names, I think he used to be a trainee named Riri or something. Rihanna. No, Riri. Riri World or something. Oh, bitch. I think that used to be one of those queens, girl. But see, I didn't see that was a tranny anyway, because the guys used to be like, do you know who blah, blah, blah is? No, I don't. Bitch, I'm a woman from with a trans experience, baby. I don't know who the fuck this. I'm not out here Googling trainees and in trainees chat rooms and shit and transgender woman. What she got going on? I'm not out here doing that shit. Bitch, the fuck? Then the one over there in Florida gonna try to tell me, bitch, are you ashamed of being trans? Are you really trans, sis? Because I can see myself going on the computer with a beard and a mustache on. I couldn't see myself getting on camera with a do-rag. You know what I mean? Like, no cheat or shade. I couldn't see myself doing that. I couldn't see myself getting on camera dressed as a male with a male fedora and male t-shirts and pants. I couldn't see me doing that because I don't relate to the male stuff. Never have, never will, bitch. When people wanted me to be in that box, bitch, I had nasty, evil thoughts about myself, bitch, to where I was attempting to commit suicide because people wanted me to be in that box. That was not my story. Bitch, I don't know what that's like. And you're trying to make something that I'm not. And like I said, going into the whole thing of Flamin' Monroe saying, well, you don't even know what being a woman's like. Okay, but I don't know what being a man is like neither because I don't relate to that, sis. Bruh, I don't relate to that. So I don't know what that's like neither. So let me be in my third gender reality then. Let me be over here, girl. Let me be here then. You want to be there, even though you claim to be here, you're there. Let me be here because I don't relate with that. I don't. Oh yeah, I'm a man. I'm a star. Yeah, bro. What's up, girl? Oh, girl, it rattles me. It rattles me. I have a transgender friend who I think is a transsexual. Maybe not 100%. I think there's like 95%, which is still more than a lot of trans people I've ever met. That's why I said before, I can count on one hand how many trans people that I actually deal with because I know they're really what they say they are. Okay. So when her mother talks to her, her mother still calls her he, right? And I think even the mother tried to come up with like a nickname. Like they wanted to call her Tootie or something. It was something weird like that. And I just told her, like, it just rattles me to know that you're a trans woman with gender dysphoria. You're a person who was born with gender dysphoria, which means you do not relate to the gender that you're born with. And to hear someone who gave birth to you still address you as he and it not bother you, it bothers me. Because it's like, bitch, are you really a trans woman? Because your mama don't pay your bills. So why are you feeling the need to be around your mother and to make your mother comfortable? Why do you feel the need for that? Why? Going even to like say even that other person I just mentioned, bitch, same fucking thing. I'm not upset that Kaya and these other people called that person a he because that person said they were a nigga. There's lots of videos on the internet of him saying that or her saying that. I'm a nigga. Oh yeah, well I'm a nigga. You run up, you gonna get done up like a nigga? Like who says that, sis? Even going into a video I just saw. Once again, it was sent to me because I'm not clicking on all these motherfucking videos of the gay boy. A girl get on a show, Delicious. Let's just say it how, but let's just call it out. Look, Delicious get on the show. So Delicious maybe she's a heterosexual woman, but she may have some type of stereotypes against trans women being gay men who are thinking they're women. And then she already has stereotypes for gay men, like, oh, he's a fag, right? Faggot. Flat out. This motherfucker gonna tell this woman who may have stereotypes already in mind about your gay ass, gonna say, "Oh, I'm a faggot, so we ain't gonna have no sex." We were just talking about this because in Popeyes, the woman called these black people the N word and they body slammed her. And I said, "Bitch, what's good for the goose, good for the gander. You call each other niggas, they can call you niggas." I have no problem with a white man, a white woman, a Hispanic man, Hispanic woman, anybody call anybody a nigger. I have no problem with that, bitch, because y'all call each other that. I got no problem. I got no problem, sis. I got no problem if a straight man call a gay man a faggot because you call yourself that, bruh. I got no problem with that at all because what's good for the goose, good for the gander. I don't see white folks calling each other honkies and crackers and rednecks. Oh, what's up, honky brother? What's up, honky? What's up, cracker? You don't see that bullshit. So that's why they get, no, bitch. Anything, well, they use the N word to get us together. That's why we feel offended. So why do you use it then? If it really bothers you, why do you use it? If it really bothers you, it doesn't bother you. You love it. You love it, girl. You love being called a nigga or nigger. You love that shit. You love being called out your motherfucking name because your mom and daddy called you a bitch, a hoe, a bastard growing up. Come here, you little hoe. Come here, you heifer. Come here, bastard. You loved it. But what it is that you want to play that privilege card because you said white people got privilege. I think black folks think they got privilege too. They think they can whoop everybody's ass. The minute you say some racist shit, bitch, they want to fight you. They want to go ham on you. But they can say some racist shit about your ass though. You got Clyde Anderson who could get on his motherfucking computer talk about whites, Mexican immigrants need to go back to Mexico, get a wall built, but let them talk something about a mic out there, stuff that you want to go in. Oh my God, they're coming in. Oh my God, y'all, they're racist. So if black folks can't be racist, we'll just say you guys are fucking ignorant as fuck. We'll just say that everybody could be ignorant. We can say that black folks could be ignorant like white folks could be ignorant. That's just, let's call a spade to spade. Bitch, so because you cannot be the oppressor, it's okay for you to be stupid? Because that's what I'm getting from that. So the moral of all this is educate yourself before you talk. The moral of all of this is if you're going to comfort someone, comfort them with real, actual facts. Okay? The moral of the story is when dealing with a group of people, make sure you know them individually first. Because like I said, the same thing with Young Pharaoh coming for the trans community because he saw that video or he see people like Flamin' Row or he see people like that gay gangster over there in Chicago. Instead of him sitting down and educating himself on what it's like to be different, bitch, he's doing exactly what the white men do to black folks, supposedly. That's not my experience, but supposedly. The white men, they see it and think that all black folks are stupid and they act like monkeys because they see videos of it. They get on YouTube, they see black folks jumping across counters, getting on the countertop, fighting people, throwing burgers and shit, bitch. You at McDonald's throwing hamburgers at them, bitch. You're in their house. It's disrespectful. But the minute they talk about black folks act like this, they racist. You know, you said it, oh, you racist, you racist, you racist. But it's okay for y'all to come for the gays and the trans people, though, right? Okay, right? Yeah, that's that, bitch. Ain't no peace, ain't no justice unless, bitch, you all open up your fucking eyes. You want to be racist? Racist is connected to homophobia, transphobia. Bitch, if you're going to keep calling trans people confused, mentally ill, retarded, niggas in wigs, and you're going to call gay people faggots and all that good stuff, then let the white man keep calling you out your name. Like I always say, you wonder why they call you bitch. I bet you why. You just so confused. Why they calling me a bitch? The same bitch that been called a bitch called another bitch a bitch or another bitch a hoe. That's how I told my friend of 11 years. If you got a problem with me calling you a bitch, I'm okay with that. But if I hear you call somebody else a bitch, a hoe, a slut, a tramp, or any of that, I'm going to go back to calling you a bitch. Because what's good for goose, you can call her a hoe. Because you weren't there when she was sucking dick. How you know she's a hoe? Oh, you saw a video. Were you there? Because we can edit videos now, honey. Were you there? Okay. So if you can call her a hoe, then why I can't call you a bitch? Whether it's a term and endearment or not, why I can't call you a bitch? You can call him a bastard and a deadbeat dad. Why can't I call you a lazy ass bitch? I mean, what's the difference, sis? Oh, you want a privilege. Oh, okay. You want the privilege that you think that white folks have. I'll be waiting for that. I'll be waiting for that video. Bitch, I done, woo, God, I done got hot up in here. Woo, girl. Woo, honey. It's like 40 degrees outside right now. I done got hot up in this motherfucker. Listen. He said, pull up on that Instagram live. I want to tell y'all that whoever seen that video, the next time that motherfucker get up on motherfucking camera and you talk about pull up, please email me. And if I'm available, I will definitely pull up. I will definitely pull up. I'm ready for that. And we're, like I said, we're going to do a part 2 because I want the opinion of another. I want to make sure there wasn't no address in that showing. I want one more person who is of a trans experience, not just a drag queen claiming that she's a trans or a gay man who thinks that he's a woman because he got dickmatized. I want an actual trans woman that said, bitch, this is my story. This is who I am. Don't compare me to another bitch you may know, because I tell y'all, a lot of people do that. They assume because that trans person is okay being called he and him, that we're all okay with that. That's not a gender dysphoric person. That's not a person with gender dysphoria. A person who was born anatomically a male, who's okay with being called he still, being called his male's name still, that's not a transsexual. That is a gay man who's possibly confused with his identity, possibly. But I don't think you're confused with your identity, because if you're born a male and you're okay being called a male, that means you're not confused with your identity. So why are you claiming to be trans? Because according to what they say, that transsexuals are confused about their gender. Okay, so if you're born a male and you have surgeries to look like a woman, but you're okay being called he, him, and she, and or him and Marcus and shit, then why are you trans? What is the real story behind that? Like maybe that's how maybe that's what that maybe that should be the question to the people like the Flames. If you know that you're a male and you're okay with being a male and you're okay with your male's anatomy and you're comfortable with it, because people go on to me. Let me tell you one reason why I've not had an SRS done. Now we're going to get personal. There's one reason why I've not wanted to have an SRS. For one, it will not change the fact that I'm a transsexual or someone who's born intersex. That will not change the fact. For two, you may not feel anything down there when they're done cutting your shit up. For three, I'm going to attract a man, make him comfortable with me being a transsexual who's post-op. That's going to feed into him hiding who he is. That's just my opinion about that. That's my opinion. I think a man who goes for post-operative trans women are more confused than men who go to pre-op trans women. I think a man who is into trans women who knows what they have and they're okay with that are far more open and far more secured with who they are than a man who say, nope, you got to be post-op. Because in the day, baby girl, that pussy don't get wet like a cisgender vagina does. It doesn't squirt. honey. Like I said before, it doesn't smell like a real vagina. So you transition to make this man feel comfortable with the fact that he's dating a trans person or a gay man, because that's what they think. Bitch, that's not gonna be my story. Not at all. That's not my story at all. And I said, going into the adult stuff, I capitalize, and I'm gonna continue to capitalize off the fact that I'm a trans woman with a nigga at the bottom and a bitch at the top, because motherfuckers hit me up for that purpose. So if you're gonna hit me up to experiment with me, bitch, pay my bills. And that's if these cisgender women have this mentality, a lot of you so-called narcissistic I get women, y'all wouldn't be having that mentality though. If these women got y'all together and say, bitch, pay me. A lot of these women out here sleeping in their mama's couch, sleeping on the couch, still sleeping in cars, gas on E, can't pay their bills, out here giving up pussy for free and shit. Like, girl, he needs to put a ring on that shit before you give it to him. This motherfucker having you let him do you wrong shit, create a baby with this motherfucker, and ain't no ring on it. You're feeding that monster. You're feeding the exact same monster that the LGBT has fed, in the sense of, I'm okay with you being on the DL, now I'll fuck you for free. That's said before. When men hit me up being a trans woman and they say, yeah, I know you're a training, I love that shit. What bill you gonna pay? Oh, I gotta pay for it? You a prostitute? Who said that? Who said that you're even gonna be able to taste this? I didn't say anything about you getting some of this for any money. I don't care if you brought me $1 million. Bitch, if I don't like you, I don't like you. I don't care how big it is. See, that's that impoverished mentality right there. They don't give a fuck about you having money now, as long as your dick is big and you eat them outright. I don't give a fuck about that bullshit, bitch. Because I'm gonna tell you this right now. Anyway, I'm not gonna say that. But like I said, it is what it is. You're feeding that monster, and you got people out here like Young Pharaoh. That's that shit right there. Young Pharaoh out here thinking that they're kings and shit, and they ruling fucking shit, because you got basic ass, simple-minded ass females out here. Oh, he got big dick. I'm okay. Ooh, yeah, I'm okay with that. I don't give a fuck about his vintage shit. I don't care. Ooh, woo. He get me so excited. I'm telling you, you will always attract your mama and your daddy. This is why we go to therapy. This is why we go to therapy. You don't. Why keep attracting these bum ass niggas? Your daddy was more than likely a bum. Somebody taught you how to like bummy ass niggas. That's why you like bummy ass niggas. So you will never attract anything greater than your daddy. And of course, it's about releasing. See, that's what I said before. Young Pharaoh needs to keep his videos on awakening Black folks and how to detach themselves from the trauma that they experienced through their lineage. Whether it was through PTSD, post-traumatic slave syndrome, or disease, however they want to call that, or it was directly from whatever. You just had a sick-ass daddy. But you should be focused on that. Woman who's been abused, because we know there's a lot of women of color that's been abused sexually. But nobody's talking about that, though. Nobody's talking about the Black woman in Africa and in America who's been violated and sexualized, sexually traumatized by people who look like them. But you want to get on your fucking screen and say trans and gay, and you get all these little queens at the bottom. Yes, read them down. Bitch, I'm telling you. You're making them curious, honey. And that's why I keep saying, bitch, pay me my money. Pay me my money, honey. Because you're not doing a disservice. You're making people curious about it now. What is that? What is that like? I never had a trans one before. Maybe it's the piece of the ingredients that I've been missing all these years. Maybe. So now they're curious. Now, shout out to you, Young Pharaoh. You're going to increase the tranny chasers now. Shout out to you. But I'm telling you right now, you so-called trans bitch, and I'm going to finish this with this. Bitch, I'm gonna tell you this right now. You bitches better stop sucking and fucking for free, or just because the motherfucker look good. Because I'm sick of that bullshit. I'm sick of a motherfucker hitting me up thinking he look good and he got a big dick and he gonna be slinging something over here. Or I'm gonna say, yeah, you coming over here. Bitch, you need more than a big dick and good looks to get this over here wet. Hello? Okay, I need more than a hard penis, bitch, and a hard body to get me excited. Okay, hello? Hello? Bitch, hello? That don't excite me, honey. That don't excite me, bitch. I can get that anywhere. Gas station, grocery stores. I go check my mailbox right now and get, there's going to be one dick trying to offer me to come over and get some. Bitch, I don't need that shit. So you bitch need to get it together too. These Sydney Stars and Shauna Brooks and shit. Bitch, get it together. You really what you say you are. Get it together. Woo, shit. Oh, shit, honey. Then they want to hate on Janet Mock and Laverne Cox. They want to hate on those. They want to hate on those beautiful women. Angelica Ross. Y'all ever heard of her? She gonna be coming out too, girl. I remember back in the day I applied to be her assistant. Yeah, Angelica Ross. Yeah, hey girl. I applied to be her assistant. She's like, you gotta live in LA full time. And I said, no, thank you, bitch. Ah, no thanks. Bye now. Thank you so much, baby. No, I'll pass on that. Bye. But yeah, girl, bye. Beautiful. Those beautiful trans women. They'll never give them a radio station. They'll never let them come on TV and get a Netflix documentary. They'll never let them get it. They'll never let them have it, girl, because they're actual women. They actually feel like women, think like women, act like women. And they don't understand that. So I don't want to give the confused tea. So people can better understand what you are. We need you to acknowledge your masculine side while at the same time displaying your feminine side. And that's what the real true agenda is. It has nothing to do with you accepting trans, because trans have been here, they're going to be here. Thousands of years. Do your research. Thousands of years. 9,000 years ago. Bitch, first documented 9,000 years ago. Older than you, your mama, your grandmama, your great-great-grandmother, your great-great-great-great. Bitch, that's probably before your whole damn lineage line. Because I doubt that, girl, bye. I think some of y'all are mutants too. Y'all are talking about white folks are mutants. I think some of y'all niggas are mutants too. Because you can't tell me, bitch, that there's any type of human out there that is that dumb to be racist and homophobic and transphobic. Who spent their free time doing that shit? Bitch, you are not a human being stupid. Okay? Hello? You're not a human. You did not descend from nothing, bitch, of any type of substance being dumb like that. And then to say, I'm conscious, but fuck all the gay people. Why are you so focused on that? You shouldn't be focused on vagina like that, being a conscious person. You should understand that, bitch, as quick as you came out is as quick you're going to go out. Also going into too, if you're so conscious, wouldn't you have like a Honda car or you be walking or something? Like conscious people are not into materialistic shit. You don't really care about that. It sounds like to me, like I said, you got some sexual deviation going on and you just want to attack the trans because there's some sexual deviations there too. I'm telling you, people like you, bitch, who pay my bills. And I'm like I said, I'm being respectful. I'm being respectful. People like you who pay my bills, brother. You pay my bills. Can you pay my bills? Yes, honey. Got me feeling like Beyonce over here, honey. Hello. Okay, bitch. Whew. Anyway, that's it for this part, honey. Like I said, I'm sure I'll be coming back, bitch. Yes, I'm sure I'll be coming back. Spilling some tea, saying whatever the fuck I want to say, honey. And if you need, like I said, if you need some receipts. Okay. If you need some receipts, honey, we got the receipts. Since everybody want to use all the gay lingo, but they hate gay people and shit, using memes and shit, but you're not gay. You know, braiding hairs and crowns and shit, walk around with this shit in a little bun and shit. And the bun is not high. The bun was nice and low. But you masculine, brother. How much muscle tone you got on your body? Because I'm not cutting in. I've seen female bodybuilders with bigger muscles than that. No tea, no shade. The muscle mass looked like a teenage girl. You know, a female that's in gymnastics, that's what that body tone look like. Honey, you want to read? We can start reading. Bitch, your voice sound like I said, you're just now going through puberty, or you possibly just started taking testosterone pills or injections. Oh. Bitch, I see woman with you. I don't see masculinity. I see feminine. I see someone who struggles. I see someone who struggles with their masculinity. That's what I see. I see a man who's struggling with his masculine side. And like I said, you know, that's your story, bruh. But to actually think that you're going to educate society on something that people have been researching for years, can you figure out, bitch? You're sadly mistaken. Can you figure out why a lot of Black people or African Americans, however they want to classify themselves, grew up in a household that was broken? And I don't want you to give me the philosophy of the white man and just what fucked that up. I want you to give me a whole nother point of view from that, a whole nother standpoint. Why can't you talk about that on your videos? There's a lot to talk about. Why can't you not display the mental illness within the Black community and each one teach one? Instead, you want folks on shit that has nothing to do with none of y'all motherfucking answers. But the fact is that there's a lot of shit going around. There's a lot of DL brothers out there. A lot of DL sisters too. I mean, we can talk about it. We can talk about it. But you don't want to talk about that. But you want to talk about the trans. Yes. No, I got nothing else to do. Let me talk about the 0.98% of the population. Because I guess the 40% of the population, which I'm sure there's probably more, there's not enough to talk about. Or I've already exalted my resources on that. So let's go into the trans people. Bitch, you don't want that. You don't want none of that, Miss Thing. You don't want none of that. And just being respectful, I'm talking to the female in you because I know the female in you is the intelligent one. Okay. The male in you is what cause you to get on camera and act stupid the way you act and talk your shit and read down Miss Thing and get all high and get hyped up and shit like you're going through your PMS and shit. That's the masculine side. The female in you, honey, because we all have a masculine and feminine side to us, right? Left hemisphere, right hemisphere. Okay. The female in you, okay, I want to acknowledge that. I want to speak directly to her. I want to speak directly to her. Because, bitch, she ain't ashamed of any of that. But it's the masculine to say, I'm ashamed, I'm afraid, I'm this, I'm that. And ooh, girl, ooh, honey, ooh. We said that's part two, bitch. Like I said, I can go in, but bitch, I gotta go. I can't be here for hours and hours right now. I gotta go. Bitch, listen, I went 40 miles out to do what I need to do, drove 40 miles back just so I come on do this video. Now I'm about to go right back out where I came from. Just so I come on, because YouTube won't let me do a live from my phone. They said you gotta have 1,000 followers. Bitch, fuck 1,000 followers. Excuse me, I said it, bitch. Fuck 1,000 followers, honey. Fuck that. Hello, how about that? Fuck that. YouTube ain't never gonna let me get that bitch because they don't do shit. Fuck y'all. Fuck about that. Anyway, come on in here. Come on, Julie Joey. Yes, come on. Hey, King of Sheba. Yes, honey. Speak on what you need. I know that's right. Pharaohs were always the feminine and androgynous representation of a king. There is caves and pyramids with drawings in Egypt showing pharaohs loving dick. Or how about the two pharaohs who they had drawings of them doing each other anally? I think it's called the Tales of the Two Brothers, of them having anal sex. You have one male bent over another male right behind him, a drawing in the inside of one of those fucking caves. Hello? How about that? Can we talk about that for a minute? Oh God. But that's what I said. Maybe you should call yourself Young King. Stop using Pharaoh. Stop using King Tut. King Tut was a drag queen. King Tut put on makeup, honey, eyeliner, honey. King Tut adorned his body in gold and silver, honey. He was Sage and Shantan. He had all the rings on his finger, which was very feminine. Ain't no man into jewelry like that. All the rings on your feet, that's a very feminine trait. Okay, very, very female-ish. Okay, so it is what it is. Change your name to Young King, and like I said, we might think about something about you being a little more masculine. Or now, honey, you're kind of widow waddling. You kind of remind me of a bisexual crossdresser at this point. At this point, honey, people try to portray trans as crazy whenever they get the chance. Of course they do. Of course they do plank hair. Pharaohs were always a feminine. Oh, I heard read that. The drawings show pharaohs sucking her own dicks and getting popped down by servants. But false spiritual people now, Dows, calling themselves Egyptian terms. Hold on. Calling themselves Egyptian terms, trying to get the attention of those who want to be awakened. And that's what I said too. That's why I said it is a propaganda. It is a propaganda to claim to be Egypt because they all connect that to the roots of African Americans. And I said this before, as in the beginning of time with Adam and Eve, there was other civilizations of people around that time. Adam and Eve was the first of a certain type of group. And like I said before, I'm not convinced most of you come from that. I'm not convinced at all. I'm not convinced at all. I'm definitely the daughter of Eve, but I'm not convinced that most of you are because you're stupid as fuck. And nothing comes from something like that. Eve, the greatest thing that Eve did for mankind was to buy the motherfucking apple. Oh, can we talk about it for a minute? That's the greatest thing. When Adam and Eve got kicked out of the Garden of Eden, aka the plane of the motherfucking moon, aka the gateway to Isis, is when mankind also fell. You had a new motherfucking ruler that took over, and that's why we're at where we're at now. We got feminine men or androgynous men coming for people that are living their truth. That's why we have the shit we got now. We got DL motherfuckers claim they don't like gay people. You got the church people too. You got the William McRae's drag queen shit coming for other trans people. That's the spirit of confusion and delusion. See it right there? Because those spirits took over the moon. The moon deals with the female aspect. It also deals with the mental. your mentality. Your mind is so fucked up because that ruler stepped in and your genes was not awakened. So, bitch, you've evolved with dormant motherfucking genes, or those genes completely fell off. But you want to sit there and try to convince me because you read lots of books that you're more intellect than someone. You lack critical thinking, though. You lack critical thinking. And that's what school is about, having critical thinking. We can read books all day long. It don't mean that we're smart. It means we're book smart. There's this between being smart and being fucking book smart. You can say, well, there's street smarts too. That's okay too. There's a lot of people that are street smarts, bitch, but they still get done over. You got to have critical thinking. Think for your fucking self. Stop thinking of it as a collective. We all a group. We're all a group of person. No, we're not. We all individually represent a multifaceted of the Most High. We all represent an aspect of the Most High. I'm not meant to always relate to you. I don't care if you look exactly like me. If you got your breasts done, your nose, I don't care. We're meant to have our own unique spiritual or carbon imprint. We're not meant to be alike. Let's all group together and I'm going to eat what you eat. I'm going to walk what you walk. Girl, I'm telling you, everybody on diets, bitch, and some of y'all still getting sick and dying off. Some people could be vegans. Some people can't be vegans. Bitch, please. But let them tell you, bitch, I'm here to awaken you. No, you're here to make money off people who are never going to be awakened. Just like you. You've awakened enough to say, you know, I probably really don't got it. Let me just act like I'm doing something to get something going. That's what it comes down to. And I say, bitch, you can't stop that. You got ignorant ass motherfuckers. As they said, the world is of Satan. You cannot get rid of the evil in this world. I don't care how many chance prayers you do, how many candles you light, how much blood you sacrifice. Bitch, so I was going to be ignorant motherfuckers here and evil motherfuckers. Because that's just what type of world we live in. We live in a world where they want you to be stupid. That's what got you down here now. That's why you fell from fucking grace. You fell from the right to be called a king and a fucking queen. And the minute you own up to that, the quicker you awaken to that. You got people right here saying they're kings and queens and they gods and goddesses and pharaohs and shit. And you thinking with your fucking root chakra, bitch. The fuck? The fuck? You are no way awakened. You got to go through the heart chakra before you go to the fucking head, honey. So you once was the fucking head. Now you're fucking ass. Are you okay with that? You ahead of the ass. And you okay with that? I'm awakened. Well, I guess you know the energy points well enough, huh? I think you did a bit about the heart chakra shit too. You obviously missed your own memo on that. You obviously missed your memo on that, brother, because you're not out here spewing out hate unless that's hate within you. I don't care what you don't like. I don't like crackheads. We talk about this before. I don't like people who do drugs. Marijuana smoker, weed smoker, I hate that shit. And I don't like people who do that because I think it's stupid. But what I'm going to do, instead of me tell you how stupid you are for doing it, I'm going to try to educate you on how to get it together. Bitch. Anyway, honey. Amirla Bay, how you doing? Yes, honey. Meaning he is the pharaoh because he is gay dude hating on girls and he confused about being conscious and just fooling those who like to be fooled. Come on, you said it right. You said it right, Julie Joey. I also never understood why some trans also discover that they're trans when they're like 50 years old because they're not really trans. There you go. They're not really trans. Yes, you said it. They don't know. Come on here, TC. Who you doing? Listen, you guys, I got to go. I'm going to definitely come back for some more, okay? Love and light, honey. I'm about to call one of you, honey. Okay? I got to go. And we're going to talk. We're going to motherfucking talk, bitch. I got to go. Love and light, honey. Thank y'all for stopping by here. Like I said, I would gladly do a part 2 if that's what's motherfucking needed. Okay? How you doing? Bye.